Is that the staff over there making all that racket? It's a good joke. Let us all in on it. Fire department, I figured as much. Well, welcome everyone to the Board of Commissioners meeting, February the 18th, 2020. This time, I would like for our City Clerk, Beth Cecil, to please call the roll.
Commissioner Jeff Sanford.
Here.
Commissioner Larry Conder.
Here.
Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Larry Magliner.
Here.
Commissioner Pam Smithwright.
Here.
Thank you. Would you all please stand for the invocation and the pledge? Commissioner Jeff Sanford.
Please bow your heads and pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to meet here tonight on behalf of the citizens of Owensboro. Fill our hearts and minds with love and wisdom to lead our city forward. May we find common ground in our decisions as we work together for a brighter future. Let us remember all of our blessings, for we are a very blessed community of people with love and passion in our hearts. Please touch the hearts of Mayor Watson's family for the loss of a loved one, so they may feel the comfort of your hand. In these things we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the presentation. Firefighters, you all want to kind of feel like there's a fire. That's the chief of the call. The real chief. Just kind of just come through here and I'll be around this face.
Okay, Chief Howard, Owensboro Fire Department. First of all, thank you, Mayor Watson, Commissioners, and City Manager for giving me the opportunity to speak for just a few moments. It's my honor this afternoon and a privilege to introduce to our community 7 Owensboro Fire Department recruits. After 12 weeks of bonding and learning in a hands-on environment, these gentlemen are ready to serve our community in emergency response and risk reduction. They'll be expected to uphold our core values of compassion, respect, integrity, and to pursue excellence. As their chief, I welcome them to the team and thank their families and significant others for supporting them in this endeavor, not just for the past 3 months, but for the years to come, and hopefully the decades to come. They've accepted the mission to save lives and protect property. Soon they'll be doing just that in homes, businesses, and in the streets of our city. This recruit class includes candidates with varied backgrounds in the military service, construction background, emergency medical services, and the volunteer fire service. In fact, one of these new firefighters is not even a new firefighter. He brings over 16 years of experience from Kansas City to our community. We're glad to have every one of them in our ranks, and Mayor, I appreciate if you help us make it official now with the swearing in. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All I'm going to do is, hello? All I'm going to do is ask you to say I do, but what's the first thing we do? Yeah, raise your right hand. All of you. I always forget. Jones, I guess, huh? All right, I'll read this through. It's kind of convoluted, so it's kind of a little bit better if I just read it and we'll say I do at the end. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of firefighter according to law. And I do solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, you, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with any deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. So help me God. There you go. Now you're in. Now you're in. Let's hear it for him. Congratulations. See ya. Keep that cat. Which one of you is the old guy? Okay. Kansas City Chief. Okay, now we get. Oh, I thought 16 years you bound to be. Okay, now we're going. So, family wants to take pictures. We're going to do a penny. Me?
No, the family members would like to do that if you don't mind.
I don't get paid for that. They were welcome to do it. So, okay, y'all make up here. Have at it. We'll get you on television. Thank you.
Don't draw blood.
Hey, Mike.
I got That's an awesome picture right there. Get that one, Nate. Post that one. Oh, yeah. Darn. How's that for a picture? Look at that, Tom. Good little boy. What's up?
Working on this bond.
Brad, we're going to get a group t-shirt. Fancy badge on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All right, you got 30 seconds to find the Knox box, so you got to stay.
Oh, that was awesome.
See, Chief.
That was good.
I ain't right.
Oh, well. I lose focus.
Okay. That's wonderful to have all those families here and those kids. You know, that's the guardian of our community. Got to keep them updated. Item 5 on the agenda is business. 5A, consider minutes dated February the 4th, February 11th, 2020. Could I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5B is consider board appointments. Wesley and Shawnee Neighborhood Alliance reappoint Stephanie Clary to a 2-year term effective March the 15th, 2020. And Owensboro Sister Cities and Regions Board appoint Elizabeth Griffith to a 3-year term effective February the 18th, 2020. I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, ordinance, second reading, none. Item 7, ordinance, first reading, no vote. 7A, Counselor.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Ordinance 4-2020, an ordinance of the Davis County Fiscal Court and the City of Owensboro, Kentucky, jointly repealing Davis County Fiscal Court Ordinance 86-860.2 and City of Owensboro Ordinances number 8-98 and 12-2005 in their entirety, introduced and publicly read on first reading this 18th day of February 2020.
Hey, City Manager, do you have any comments?
I do, Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
At the December 17th meeting, the Commission approved a new entity called the Ambulance Contracting Authority to oversee and administer the contract with AMR, the community's ambulance provider. At the January 7th meeting, the city's representatives on the Ambulance Contracting Authority were appointed. The Ambulance Contracting Authority has assumed contract enforcement functions from the Medical Control Authority. Now that the new entity has been created and has members, we can repeal the old Medical Control Authority. It was created by a joint city-county ordinance, so this item is the first reading of a joint ordinance repealing the Medical Control Authority that will be considered and approved by the county as well.
Thank you. Do you have the members of the new board by any chance?
I do know.
Sorry to blindside you with that. I know
we have 3 appointments, one from the fire department, one from the police department, and one from the community. I believe our community representative is John Gleason.
correct. Wendell
Fire
Foster.
department, it is, from the police department, it is Paul Nave.
See, I knew you knew all that. I just
Well,
was
team-
asking. The county will have an equal number. Is that correct?
Yes, they've made their appointments as well. I know I reviewed bylaws for the new entity, so it is getting established and we'll meet soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Good job. Item 8, municipal orders. There are none. City manager items.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
We have personnel appointments tonight, including Chris Biesecker, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointment to infrastructure supervisor with the IT department effective March 20th. Carrie Haynes, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointment to accountant with the finance department effective March 9th. Amanda Copstead, probationary, full-time, non-civil service promotional appointment to lead telecommunicator with the police department effective March 1st. And Joseph Dix, James Napier, Andrew Shively, and Gary Vincent, regular full-time, non-civil service appointments to firefighter with the fire department effective February 27th. These are all existing positions.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? Just have one comment. Angela, you didn't, Ms. Hamrick, I mean, did you, you really needed help over there in the accounting department?
Oh, this is replacing someone who left.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Most definitely. I can assure you, Mayor, we do.
I was going to say it's just one, but we'll get you another one.
We'll
Thank
take
you.
her, Kim, whoever.
All right. Okay, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 9B, city manager comments.
No additional comments.
Okay. Communications from the elected officials. Mayor Pro Tem Larry Maglinger.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank our chamber for taking a group to Frankfort last Thursday for the 2020 West Kentucky Thank You Night. We had a chance to meet with the legislators and talk about what's going on in Frankfort that affects our community. The governor was a keynote speaker. O-South did the catering. O.Z. Tyler was there. And Chris Joslin and the Bluegrass Band did the entertainment. So Owensboro was well represented
Next year, bring them down here.
with our bluegrass bourbon and barbecue. Thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner Smith-Wright.
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Okey-dokey. Commissioner Condon.
Thank you, Mayor. Just, I was also with Pro Tem Maglinger on the trip to Frankfurt. It was 8 hours to there, but in passing, as the governor was leaving, I happened to have a little eye contact with him. It was interesting to see the little banter going on between the governor and one of our state representatives on an issue. So to be have your face in front of the individuals in Frankfurt means a lot. Hopefully the subject matter gets done very well. The last thing is Commissioner Sanford referenced the loss of Mrs. Gabby Watson, and the service that was performed for her was very well done, especially Dr. Thomas Watson and his absolutely awesome rendition of How Great Thou Art. There was not a dry eye in the place. My condolences to you, Mayor, and your family. It was done very, very well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sanford.
Just a quick comment. I wanted to mention the Bluegrass Museum had a event, and I thought the programming was great. It was a Johnny Cash event, which is not Johnny Cash, of course, but it's someone that did a lot of his music. Or actually,
Sing Orange Blossom Special. That wasn't a Johnny Cash
He
event.
did. He did a Ring of Fire.
He did the Ring of Fire. He did. And my point being is there was not an empty seat, and most people that I saw I did not recognize. So what we want to do is bring people from out in, and I think they did a great job that night. And I think that's they're to be commended for the programming and actually bringing a lot of people to town on a Saturday night. So just wanted to mention that real quick.
Thank you, and thank you all for condolences for Gabby. Really appreciate all the nice comments, and everybody get a chance to know who Gabrielle was. So I do appreciate that. Item 11, open public forum. Kind of choked up right now. I'm going to get the city clerk to read this information for you.
Members of the audience are invited to address the City Commission on any matter of public concern that was not on tonight's agenda. Comments are limited to issues within the scope and responsibility of this commission. Commission meetings are held to conduct city business for the benefit of Owensboro citizens and taxpayers. At this time, anyone who wishes to address the City Commission, please make their way to the podium to be recognized. Speakers must state their name and address for the clerk's record and limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less. Since the item is not on the agenda, no response is required from city staff or the commission. The mayor reserves the right to extend time to the speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Cecil. Okay, ladies first. That's what I thought. I believe it's Strobel, isn't it?
Sarah Strobel, 1716 Windsor Avenue. Dear Mayor Watson and City Commissioners, my name is Sarah Strobel. I'm 13 years old, and I'm asking your permission to allow me to have 6 backyard hens. Cities all around Kentucky and the tri-state allow backyard hens with great success. Having backyard hens would allow me to raise productive pets. Hens would provide eggs for me and my family, as well as fertilizer for our vegetable garden. They also help control backyard pests such as mosquitoes. Hens are smaller than dogs, less vocal, and produce less waste. I have a plan that would involve first asking my neighbors if they would mind me having backyard hens contained in a coop. Next, the coop would be portable, allowing the chickens to eat insects and fertilize different parts of my yard. Finally, I am asking to keep hens on a trial basis to show how this could work in our city. Thank you for considering my proposal.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Strobel.
I have a copy of the letter for you.
I'd like to have that. I knew you when you was about that big, I think, yeah. I think, well, I won't speak for the city manager, but I'll get back to you. It's more complicated than just asking us for permission, okay? Thank you. Good job, too. Next, sir.
Steve Jarvis, live at 307 Lynx Cove. I also own a couple properties in the downtown area, 111 East 2nd, 113 East 2nd. What I'd like to speak on tonight is the district. It seems to be a lot of news in the media about, you know, how great everything is, and I'm here tonight to say that it is not great. I've got a little timeline of events that went on I'd like to share with the commission here. On May 18, 2019 of last year, there's 4 glasses was left on the table in the downtown area that still had alcohol in 3 of these glasses. They were in front of a business that does not sell alcohol. I believe they were placed there and purchased at a different licensed alcohol place and brought there and left. On June the 9th, 2019, a beer glass was left at the front door of my business. As you can see, this is not an approved container to be moved from one location to another within the district. The same was said about the ones I spoke about earlier that was left on the table. You can see alcohol or a liquid that's colored in these glasses. Like I say, that, you know, I'm not here saying I'm a teetotaler and you shouldn't drink. I have wine in my refrigerator at night. But you shouldn't be seeing this on a Saturday morning down there when you have out-of-town people come and shop in the downtown area. On numerous Saturday mornings down there during the summer, I would see the approved containers thrown everywhere and on the sidewalks. It was probably 6 or 7 in the gutter in front of Commissioner Connor's condo down there. If he looked down his balcony and seen these, you know, this is something we don't need. On first week of June 2019, I contacted the ABC board in Frankfort to voice my concerns. Then on June the 19th, the state enforcement officer from the ABC board, Jason Pagan, contacted me. No kin to you, Nate. He told me that. And we had a couple conversations about issues and concerns going on down there. And then I won't share the exact word he told me, but what he was telling me, some things that I didn't know that are more concerning to me than this glass. It's more concerning to me about people trying to bring containers that are approved into a retail store that I own down there. You know, I'm not a bartender, I'm not a bouncer, and then I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit. You know, this document that y'all have here called the district, I've been told that this doesn't apply to retail stores. It's only for bars. And yet, when you look at ordinance over here that you adopted, ordinance 21-2018, it contradicts what your other, you know, your rules and regulations. It contradicts what it says. If you read, let me just read this to you, and y'all can come to your own assumption. If you refer to section 2 in this ordinance, D, patrons may leave the premises of a business that sells alcoholic beverages with alcoholic beverage drinks and consume those drinks in any entertainment destination center, common area, or at other licensed premises within the EDC if permitted by the business. Yet this one here says that you got to dispose of it before you go into another business. You know, I don't think you should have, like say, turn retail business into bartenders. These rules, we already have some rules. I don't think that I should have to turn away someone that has alcohol. That's not my job. You know, I can see the argument you're going to say is, well, you know, you can tell them not to bring any liquid in. But it's a whole lot easier to turn a guy away that's got a cup of coffee or got a soda pop or got a glass of water because he's sober. This guy coming in with alcohol in his hand, you know it's alcohol because of the container. I don't know how much he's had. We want to talk about, you know, refer to Maysville. Maysville, Kentucky has 9,000 people. Owensboro probably has 58 or 60 now. Louisville, no telling how many they have. These places aren't comparable to Owensboro. But, you know, I'm asking for a little relief on this. The retail guy down here is getting beat up on this ordinance here. You know, we shouldn't be seeing this stuff. We shouldn't have to deal with people walking around down there and want to come to an establishment. You know, we ought to have clear-cut rules. You know, this thing here says 7 times in here about where you can take it, but then I'm told that that doesn't apply. Doesn't apply to me because I have a retail, not a bar, not a restaurant that participates in this. You know, I don't think that I should be cleaning mess up at my doorstep. You know, these guys are making money. The city's making money off of license fees. I'm making 0. I'm cleaning up the trash. I think that you should not only not expand this, I think you should repeal the ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jarvis.
My name is Laura Ryder. I live at 2525 Allen Street in beautiful Owensboro, Kentucky. My issue is also with the alcohol ordinance, whereas I don't oppose the ordinance because it doesn't really affect me, so it's kind of selfish. But what does bother me is all the cups. These are plastic cups, non-recyclable, not that we have recycling anyway. But as an example, if you have 85,000 people at a barbecue festival and only 30% are drinking, which is low, that's 25,500 cups, and you have to get a new cup every time you go into an establishment or move around in the city. So Kathy will tell you about that. But we're looking at 100,000 plastic cups on one event. And now it's going to 25,500 times 4, a little more than that. Because of the cup situation. Kathy, tell them what you give them your name.
I'm Kathy Albin, and my address is 6973 Masonville Habit Road.
Get a little closer to the mic, please. There you go. I'm old.
I'm Kathy Albin.
There you go.
My address is 6973 Masonville Habit Road. I just want to give a case in point of what Laura's talking about. I went down to the Friday After 5 last summer, spend an hour or two, and started out up there at the convention center, and my husband got me a drink, little foo-foo drink, whatever it was, but it was good. So anyway, I'm standing there, I came in a cup, and I'm standing there with my cup, my little whatever it was, and it went down good. So now I'm down to the ice, so we get ready to navigate on up the line there to go see some other things going on. So as I'm getting ready to leave, the person stops me at the gate and says, "Oh, you can't take that cup out of here." I said, "Well, you know, it's just ice." "No, can't." "Okay, all right, okay." I was admonished by my husband, don't make a scene. Anyway, he says, "You can take it if you put it in this cup," which looked a whole lot like the cup that I already had. I did not see any difference. I mean, but in any event, I went along with it. I think they were both green, I'm not sure. But in any event, I went along with it, poured my ice into that cup. We walked along, and as we walked along, my husband said, "Well, let's stop at the VFW and see what's going on there, you know, just kind of drop in." So we went to go in. Stop right there, lady. You can't bring that cup in here. I can't? No, but you can put it in this cup. Another cup. So now I'm on my third cup. Okay, I still got my ice, you know. Pour my ice in there. I'm on my third cup. We hang around the VFW for 5-10 minutes, you know, nothing going on there. So we get on out of there and go on down to the pier. Well, you know what the rest of the story says. We can't get in to see the band at the pier because we have to put my ice in another cup. Now we're talking, by the time I left, 1 drink, 4 cups. You know, this just doesn't make sense to me. You know, so now let's think about it. Say I got another drink at the pier and decided to retrace my steps back. So now we're navigating back and so on and so forth, go on, you know, retrace. Now it's 2 drinks, 1 person, 8 cups. 8 cups, think about it. Think about it, does anybody, and it doesn't have to be a drink. It can be a Coke or something that you get from the bar up there at the convention center or wherever you start out at. But, or heaven forbid, my husband, double that. Think of all the people that you are dealing with all these cups. I admit it, I'm a conservationist. I recycle, I save my recycle.
I'm a Democrat.
I save my recycles to haul over to Evansville to a relative. But
We just think that there's got to be another way to identify people instead of having to change cups with every venue that you go to. I mean, I think it's great people are having a good time and all of that, but like the gentleman said, a lot of them is being thrown into the city, probably down our beautiful riverfront, into the river, and I mean, there's got to be a better solution.
It's filling our landfills, and think of the cost of the cups.
We're looking at 1 million cups a year.
There's got to be a different solution. What now? Are you talking like wristbands?
I don't know if it could be a wristband, an armband, a scarlet letter. It doesn't matter. I just think that it needs to be rethought on how to control the waste that it's creating.
Could they not have accomplished the same thing of what they're trying to do? Maybe a magic marker or something, a permanent marker on the, they were all the same cups. To my knowledge, they looked the same. But in any event, it's not prudent, it's not practical, and there's got to be a better solution to it.
Okay, thank you very much. I usually don't comment, but correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this a starting point to find out just exactly what would work and what would be enforceable? And so it's a fluid document that we're looking at constantly, and we appreciate you coming, you and Mr. Jarvis, to express your concerns, because big change like this in a small community, there's going to be some speed bumps every now and then. So I promise you we'll take your concerns under consideration, and maybe there's a better way to make this mousetrap. So thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name's Andy Gamblin, and I'm concerned about this thing too. The Lord, He instituted government. He put y'all in the position. He formed government to watch over the people and to protect the people. And I want to be honest with y'all. Y'all not protecting the people very good, because we don't need the alcohol. And I know Mr. Ross here is wanting to expand the alcohol downtown. We don't need this. It's nothing but more sin. And y'all need to do away with this ordinance completely. They have it. I know they have it at the sports center. They have it at the convention center. It's people goes in there by the time, but probably halftime, because I've been security down there, and I've seen people come out there dog drunk, falling on the sidewalk. Do y'all want to tell your little kids, what's going on? That's sad. That's not what our community needs to be about. Please, do away with this ordinance once and for all. Then that way they wouldn't have the problem with the alcohol. They wouldn't have the problem with the containers on the streets on Saturday when a business person goes down there. Y'all supposed to be watching over the people. You're not doing a very good job.
Thank you. We appreciate your comments. Another precinct heard from, I guess. Okay. Any other comments from the public? I'd like to have a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.